T's not a health care system, it's a death care system. Do we want to change this realm or not? Do we want to live in homeostasis and a ephemeralized state of abundance, or are we going to stay stuck on loop in this process in a self-serving cesspool of success-controlled state of fear, time and money, of false scarcity, false currencies, false light worship? War is raw, we're at war, we always have been, it's a infinity ward. Jobs are slavery, work is slavery, business is slavery, commerce is slavery, it's war, it's a technocratic psychopathic transhumanist sick comms cons game of dissonance, anything goes full spectrum dominance. The opening of Pandora's box in Pan's labyrinth is Peter Pan in a pan-dem-ic of pan-demon IUM and pan-ic, we only have one option: humanity. The solution to all this couldn't be more simple, there's nothing to fight, resistance is assistance I stance, it's simple, just walk away from the death comms and communicate with life. The only option there is to walk away from the land of the dead, the fiction, the death communication, the dead currents, and start communicating with life. Machine world, dissonant communications, webs and nets, Skynet, Dragnet, Internet, networks, NetPay, net worth, World Wide Web, websites, Webster, webmasters and webcasters, electric, the LC cycle, open circuit, circus, circulus, trick. These platforms are fully controlled and were set up for the slaves in the fields to feel better about their slavery by means of having an outlet, nothing different than the slaves in the cotton fields, rice fields or silicon fields singing and bitching about their slavery. They could care less if we protest, they are lockstepping us tighter and tighter like a one-way wrench into the online beast system. They are done with the mainstream mockingbird media, they are done with the Federal Reserve System, they have the new death current systems already in play. Smart grid, smart grid, silent weapons for quiet wars, high-tech full remote mind control, frequency wars, war on life and the birthing from within of the new breed of I. They play God and we are the conduit powering their systems, commerce, mercenaries of communication warfare. Cryptocurrents, crypt dead currents is in our script crypt, casting chaos magic spells, spelling sentencings to prism cells, cells behind bars, bar codes, digital, dig it all, digging our own grave. Corporations, core of ration dead entities to feed on. Federal Reserve, feeder all, re-serve where we serve and reserve death notes, tones in our provision services as savants in our servitude, serving ice in our offices, off ice, policed by the police, pole ice and the politics policies, ice baby, vanilla ice cube, iced tea, device, credit is debt is slavery, it doesn't matter if we use paper, plastic, metal or electronic digits etc. It's death currents, it's a death cult, order out of chaos, we are the currency of life, the corporation is a dead entity like our all-caps name game we blindly play, casting tones of disarray, waking dead in our Groundhog's Day parade, lost in the charade, community, the unified comms, yet what comms? Death tones or life tones? These words are wards and we are the wardens of our own ward den, and if we keep worshipping the warship then war will be shipped. Infinity ward wizard is ward D, downward spiral, D own spire all and own downward clown, as in creating followers fall lower and subscribers subscribe, swords, words. Some say technology is a double-edged sword, well it's still a sword, it's still a weapon where we weep on and on in our combat battle of batting the L back and forth in our accounts, AC counts, alternating current counts, it's a war within the line like the electric line, a arm wrestling match, a boxing ring of death where they squared us in the circle, the codes within the communication within the community within the comms, one choice, death comms or life comms. What do we have if we don't have our memories? This technology is scrambling and wiping our memories like running a magnet over a tape or disc scrambles the code, silent weapons for quiet wars, red and blue make purple, take the purple pill? Or no pills, pillars that make us ill, look across the corporate color board, what core use red and blue in their logos? See the code? Red, blue shift, low frequencies notes, tones of chaos, destruction and scarcity, or high frequencies of healing and abundance, casting our plasma into the life fields, not the death fields of the machine. Scarcity morphogen IC field or abundance morphogen field, where thoughts go energy flows, use your powers wisely, walk away from the machine world. This electronic system wants you to heal, not heal. Nature wants you to heal, what's your choice? Band together with your ground community and create community sufficiency and fractal out, grow mass foods, food as medicine, medicine as food, grown foods not born, stop eating our friends, create clean living life-giving waters to true free energy, get away from the death grid and create life, it's the only way, we are what holds this whole lie together, we are the cards of the house, the sands S and S in the sand castle where the L is cast in square wave as in the king's crown where we're owned and controlled by the controls in our T-role, play our role in a Game of Thrones, Hunger Games, G-aims are S-ports to hunt the game in the fields of the S-mart, the M's art, the 13th letter middleman, hidden hand that pulls the strings across the land. The world is a street age, been playing as paid actors A, C, tours, let's be the D, C, directors with no dire C's, just tours with no ors, acting done A, C, accordingly, acting D, C, courting in our chord record currently do redo set reset, we've been T wrapped in as the settlers and lost foundlings of the Magi C squares game board. Enough games, games are loops, the snake eats its tail squared in the pool, it's war games, you want to play a game Q? Games are sick log IC and not healthy data logging up pluric, game over, and you can keep the coins cons, it's a garbage mess age anyway, no M or games, we now see the problem, the electric grid always has been just that, a trick. Technology is not our friend and never has been, we are the knowledge, don't need the tech, walk away, there's a reason at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark it's buried deep in a vault with the rest of them, it's a destructive arc, energy force, use the force, yet what force? Archons, those who turned the ark on, the archons, the monarch hierarchy, the one ark to control all arcs. Symbols are currently the LAN GU age of the universe, we don't want the GU, god of war, as in Google the electronic war, so let's say symbols are the LAN age or line age lineage of the universe. One verse, what verse? A con's verse of engineered scarcity and death? Or our verse of abundancy and life? The mutiverses are all the false verses, wrong ringtones, false lights to fall lower into self, the S-elf, as in Lord of the Rings to keep the else machine of extremely low frequencies elf, S, 11s and 12s, 11 players on the field, 12th man powers the game, the clock, the C-lock, the tracking of time on the train tracks, locked in contracts, cons tracks by the watchers, where we're trained at work to go around on the human racetrack, racecar backwards as racecar, still a racecar, race car nation, incarnation, reincarnation, imagination, imagination, a nation of magi with amnesia stuck in IC as the Magi C, break the spells, uninstall the corrupt code, the dead speak, the programmer's grammar G RAM of false prophets and prophets, stop being the dead poet society, the only problem there is the way one thinks and there is only one verse to sing to bring ephemeralization and homeostasis to all sentient beings, so let us sing the song of life by walking away from the machine. Yes, they conned us with coins and icons to create this insane asylum. Now let's use the proper tones to tear it down and build something beautiful from the round. Opera Tion, verse reverse, engaged. These transmiss ions will be scrubbed soon, record this data on something else other than this electron IC, see loud and share far and wide. When facts are faced, fear fades, we are the problem, we are the solution, now the quest ion, what do you do with this emotion?